The Water Cycle by Shannon. Hi, I'm Aqua. I am a raindrop. I work at Water Cycle Incorporated in the clouds. Here at Water Cycle Incorporated, we are in charge of cycling the Earth's water. We're in charge of bringing it down to Earth and then bringing it back up into the sky. I'm going to show you what every part of it is called. We are in charge of a lot of things here at Water Cycle Incorporated. One of the things we have to do is get into groups to get onto the rain train. The rain train takes the precipitation passages to the ground. These passages lead to all different areas on the ground in order to distribute all the water all over Earth. Look at us go! You might see us on a rainy day. When you do, make sure you say hi. Once we are on the ground, we are in charge of feeding all the plants and the soil with the water. This water hydrates the plants and the soil so they don't get dried out and thirsty. Have you ever gotten dried out and thirsty? It's pretty nice to get water, isn't it? After we have given the water to the plants and the soil to make sure that they're no longer thirsty, we take the water slide. The water slide runs us from the mountains, the hills, and the plants all the way into the nearest lake or ocean. Once we're in the ocean, we get to sit back and relax. It's kind of like our lunch break for the day. From rain to groundwater, we are a liquid. Next, we'll become a gas. As we take our break in the lake or the ocean, the sun does its job and starts to heat up the water and the plants around us. This is another way of getting the plants the nutrients they need. As the ocean and plants get warm, they start to sweat. They sweat out all the water that we gave them. This sweat is called water vapor or steam. This is what we turn into so we can get back to the sky. It's also known as gas. Look at me now. I am no longer a liquid. Now I'm a gas. It's kind of hard to see me now, isn't it? Me and all my water vapor buddies get on board the evaporation elevator so we can get back up to Water Cycle Incorporated up in the clouds. Once we get back up to Water and Cycle Incorporated, we go into the condensation room. The condensation room is where we get to relax after a long day of work. We're all warm and sweaty from the sun heating us up, so the condensation room cools us down. As we get cooled down in the condensation room, we turn from a gas back into a liquid, and then the condensation room gets pretty crowded. That's how we know it's time to go to work again. Let's review. What is the first stage of the water cycle? That's right, precipitation, also known as rain. What comes next? That's right, the rainwater runs off of the hills and mountains into the nearest lake or ocean. After the water is collected, the sun heats it up and turns it into a gas. Then the gas does what? That's right, it evaporates. Evaporation is when the water floats back up into the sky. What comes next after evaporation? That's right, condensation. This is where the gas is cooled down back into a liquid, preparing it for rain again. We're going to do some activities. For this activity, you will need 2 pieces of blue paper, 1 piece of yellow paper, 1 piece of green paper, some cotton balls, glue, and a marker. You are going to make the water cycle. Put one piece of blue paper down for the background to represent the sky. Cut out green pieces of paper to look like hill or land. Make a sun out of the yellow paper. Cut the second piece of blue paper in half. Use one half as the ocean. Use the other half to cut out raindrops. Make sure they're not too small. Next, glue the cotton balls into the sky to represent the clouds. Next, take a marker and mark these 4 words in the parts of the picture where they belong: precipitation, groundwater, evaporation, and condensation. For our second activity, you will need a cut, plastic wrap, a rubber band, and a marker. Take a marker and mark the cup halfway. Then pour the water into the cup and stop at the mark. Cover it with plastic wrap and put a rubber band around it to secure the plastic wrap. Next, put the cup in a warm place where the sun can reach it. Watch the water get warm in the sun. What happens to the water? What happens to the plastic wrap? Remove the cup from the sun and put it in a dark, cool place. What happens to the water in the plastic wrap? And what happens to the water? As you watch the water, look at your picture. Take the raindrops you cut out and put them on the picture depending on what is happening to the water in the cup. On the back of the raindrop, describe what is happening. The end. Thank you for watching.